for New Jersey. The Nets 5-7. Jason Kidd questioned their toughness a few days ago. They are coming off a road win at Portland, and the Blazers had not yet lost at home. Nice feed inside. Kidd surrounded. 8 on the shot clock. Malik Allen with a jumper, and the rebound to Wilcox.
The Nets' transition defense will be tested all night. Seattle very quick in the open floor. They're not a great three-point shooting team.
Nick Collison with a baseline jumper.
Oh, in this building, definitely Seattle is dangerous. They can play you tough. They score over 100 points a game. The big thing is, can they keep the pressure on you in the fourth quarter without turning the basketball over? That's the key.
They leave Allen wide open, and he makes him pay with a jumper. The Nets, with this combination of Allen and Collins up front, Hubie, get remarkably little offense from those two spots.
Well, the game will be easier now that Carter is back.
Collison feeling it, his second jumper.
Well, I like the fact that Collison is in there. When you say Collison, Wilcox, and Damian Wilkins, you know that your front court guys now all can score the basketball.
Tough pass goes astray, and it'll be Seattle ball.
Now, Seattle plays small because when you play Kevin Durant at 6'10.5" in the backcourt, your front line is small, but they're quick, they're active. What happens, you can score at one end, but then you suffer at the defensive rebounding end of the floor.
Seattle's got some injuries to their true big guys, so a guy like Wilcox really starting at the center position, even though both he and Collison are best suited to play power forward.
Anytime that a player is fronted in that situation, Wilcox is having a great year. When he's fronted, do not try to pass the ball from the top of the circle. Break the foul line extended, get down, increase your passing angle.
Carter going to work on Durant, giving up about 4 inches in height, draws the double team, and Allen knocks down another jumper.
Now, Dan, in his career, he can make that shot. That's why he gave good minutes to Chicago, and he can give good minutes here to New Jersey. But his game, when you run the double team, he'll open up for that 12 to 15-foot jump shot.
Durant to Collison, throws it up for Wilcox, who lays it in.
Now, this guy Wilcox has got a ton of talent. This young man can get you 20 points on any night, and he can also get you 10-plus rebounds.
And he's averaging very impressive totals, about 16 points and 8 rebounds per game. Carter again defended by Durant. Jason Kidd from the corner, and both teams are off to a hot shooting start tonight.
Great for television.
But as a coach, you prefer good defense, don't you? Here's Durant. He's long on the three.
Look out.
And Carter beat him down the floor, so he missed a shot, and he didn't get back on D. Another lesson for the rookie.
Well, this is going to be a great lesson for him because he's matched up with Carter. Carter's going to really attack him, see if he can stay out of foul trouble. And then at the other end, Durant cannot fluff off because Carter can get you 25 to 30 any night in this league.
Pretty nice 60-foot pass by Richard Jefferson to set Carter free. Wilcox spins into the lane and misses the shot, and now Kidd will push. Jason Kidd, 7th all-time in NBA assists. Won't get one there as Carter misses the three, but tapped back out by Jason Collins.
Well, when you play with Jason Kidd, this guy has eyes behind his head. Anytime that he has the ball, he's dangerous, especially in the lane, passing the ball out.
Carter, another bucket as Durant got nailed by a screen, and that freed up Carter for the easy jumper.
Why did this guy miss 5 games? I mean, we're looking at him here. He's running like a deer.
He's got a pretty good bounce in his step.
Sure does.
Sprained right ankle. He missed 5. They lost all 5. A lot of frustration.
Nice.
Collison to Wilcox in 1.
You're a fan here in Seattle. You have had great teams throughout the 40 years. You know how the game should be played. That was 2 beautiful passes. You get the one pass, and then Collison sends it down to Wilcox, who really finishes with a power. And that's what I like about his game. He can take it, and if you've been noticing, when they hit him in a post, he gets double-teamed, Dan.
It's undeniably a rebuilding period for the Supersonics. With Rashard Lewis gone, Ray Allen gone, they bring in Kevin Durant, Jeff Green, the nucleus of this team, very young. Malik Allen is 6 early points, and the Nets up 4.
Well, someone has to start to pay attention. I mean, you're looking for the double team. right now, this is an excellent timeout by PJ, because his man is probably looking to double team either Kidd or Carter or Jefferson off the dribble. When that happens, then Malik Allen is the guy, or Collins would be the guy to open up.
And Vince Carter has been the guy on a couple of occasions tonight, and as you've mentioned, what a difference it makes for the Nets to have Carter back along with Kidd and Jefferson, and it's showing early tonight in Seattle. We'll get into the Sonic situation a little bit later, but let's start with the Nets. Dan Shulman at QB Round. You've talked about it. You were bang on. Vince Carter is back, and he has impacted this game already in a variety of ways.
Well, he has 3 assists, 4.5 minutes of play. He's involved in 13 of the 15 points. And this is what we mean. He's getting double teamed. Malik Allen all of a sudden is playing by himself. Jason Williams, we know, is down. Jason Kidd is down inside, off the dribble, kicking the ball out. Everybody is involved right now, and their game looks beautiful. Nice chemistry.
And a foul going against the Sonics. A 3-second violation, on Seattle. We'll turn it back over to the Nets. Chris Wilcox, the guilty party.
Yeah, the referees have been very quick here tonight. They're quick on any contact. Right now, Seattle has given us a 3-2 zone effect. Nice.
And they go over the top. Kidd to Jefferson.
If you're a backline man in the zone, you cannot fall asleep with Jason Kidd out on the perimeter, because they'll run the baseline on you, and you'll see that lob pass time and time again.
Jason Kidd, third in the league in assists, as he was last year. He's been in the top 5, QB, each of the last 12 NBA seasons. A travel on Nick Collison.
The refs have been really tough tonight. You lift the leg, they're going to call it. Here it is right now, eye contact. You can see right there from the right side. They were matched up in the back of the zone, but what happens is you need total communication with backline people cutting from the corner.
4 turnovers already committed by Seattle. These two teams turn it over more than any other teams in the NBA. Carter is feeling it. 9 early points for Vince Carter.
I like the fact that he's not hesitating. He's just coming down, looking for the shot, especially out on the perimeter.
When he came into the game, the first touch he got when he checked in, it immediately went up, and it was a 3 as Durant draws the foul.
Now keep an eye on Vince. See, everything is quick here tonight. Always come off the screen, 2 bounces, and you saw what happened. The defender playing the man who set the screen had to pick him up. He shoots up over the top. Now you can see right there, there's a minus 17 points without Vince Carter this year. Now we also know that Kristich is out, so that also, comes into the equation.
Durant uses the glass. Gives Carter a little dose of his own medicine right there.
Well, you always love it when 2 great scorers are playing one another. Which guy will wear the other down from a defensive standpoint with the fatigue factor?
Well, it's a very tough matchup for Kevin Durant to try to chase Vince Carter around. And at the other end, Durant's got a 4-inch height advantage over Carter, and he used it on this drive.
The key right now is not to be able to be frustrated with the bumping. He's been being bumped outside of the 3-point line. The Nets are jumping out, trapping, smacking him around a little bit, and not giving him the out. That's the first time that he had an alley to the basket.
Delonte West and Jeff Green have checked into the game, and now for the Sonics. Jefferson. And Durant comes up with the air ball.
Yeah, that's a poorly forced shot by Jefferson. You can see a little frustration. Remember now, he's averaging 24 points a game and playing great basketball.
Green, the rookie out of Georgetown, knocks down the first shot that he takes. Green and Durant, the centerpieces of this Seattle rebuilding effort.
Well, they love Green's talent, the athleticism, the ability to hit the jump shot. Now the thing is what position do they play him at?
Is he a 3 or is he a 4? Collins is fouled inside by Green.
Now you know you got to foul Collins every time he gets the basketball. He's 1 for 8 on the foul line this year.
Here are the rookies. Kevin Durant, the number 2 choice. Jeff Green, the number 5 choice. Each of them getting big minutes. Durant with big numbers. Green spent 3 years in college. Durant only 1, so Green's game might be a little bit more advanced, but Durant is the guy with the unbelievable upside.
Well, the talent, the potential for Durant is off the chart, mainly because he will eventually be a small forward. right now it's easier for them to get the most out of his team by playing him at the 2-guard position.
Bosjan Nakbar is checked into the game now for New Jersey. He had a big game on Wednesday in Portland. Knocked down 5 threes, had 23 points as the Nets snapped an ugly 6-game losing streak with a win over the Blazers. And they put Collins on the line and he misses them both.
Well, you have to do that. He's now 1 for 10 from the foul line for the year. Always force a guy who is shaky on the line to beat you. Never give him a dunk.
A starter who's averaging less than 1 point per game. Delonte West. Boy, in this game, guys are coming in off the bench, and they are not afraid to put it up right away.
Well, I think it says a little bit about the lack of intensity at the defensive end. I mean, you can get to wherever you want if you're coming off of the screen, mainly because the guy playing a screener is laying back, playing soft defense.
A 6-0 run for the Sonics. Wednesday had really been struggling, and Jason Kidd questioned his team's toughness. When asked, do the Nets have a glass jaw, he said, the jaw has softened. We're so quick to bail. We're mentally letting go of the rope, and he feels this is different than the way it was in years past. We asked Kidd for his thoughts on those comments in the team earlier today.
Well, it wasn't anything that was bad said. It was the truth. But for us as a team, I take responsibility for our performances, that when we did get blown out, that we didn't come with the effort. And so I just wanted to, explain and maybe air out how I felt, because I never say anything. Win or lose, I've always just gone about my job.
Have you sensed Ruby, what was your reaction when you heard the comment?
Well, I think that's excellent, because he's a team leader. They're short of people, but that's frustration. Because right now we have to remember that Chris, the starting center, is out, who got him 16 a game. Then Carter was out, who gets you 25 a game. So that's major point production. So you're not scoring the basketball. Yeah, Jefferson's scoring a ton for you. You're getting triple-doubles, but the rest of these people cannot score the ball.
Richard Jefferson with a jumper. Seattle with another turnover. Jefferson goes right around Green and draws the foul.
Now, I like this part of Jefferson's game. We know that throughout his career, he can get to the foul line 5, 6, 7 times a night. But right now, he's right up at the top of the league. He's getting there 10.5 times a game. Now, that means that he's feeling confident that he can handle the ball getting to the glass, and then also the fact that he's going to the line and he's shooting 88%. So that's major in your psyche.
A look at the NBA calendar on NBA TV tomorrow. It'll be the Hornets taking on the Clippers. TNT has a doubleheader Thursday. The Knicks and Celtics early. And then the Nuggets and Lakers in the second game. And on ESPN, a week from tonight, the Celtics and Heat in the early game. And then the Lakers are in Utah at 10:30 Eastern.
So much for 88% on the line. No, I think tonight someone set there early in the game going 0 for 2. So maybe we might see this a few other times.
If you're looking for SportsCenter, it's currently airing on ESPN News. We are here with Key Arena in Seattle. The Sonics, a nice save there by Green, taking on the Nets.
Now, right now, we see New Jersey in this first quarter fronting all the low-post players. Until Seattle figures out the passing angles, you must continue to do this.
Serbiak. Wally Serbiak recently checked in and misses his first shot. Sean Williams, the rookie out of Boston College, is in for the Nets.
Now, the idea there was great. Jason Kidd, you run the lanes hard. Jason Kidd is so unselfish, he'll get the ball to you, whether it's a lob, whether it's a chest pass, or a good bounce pass. The main thing is when you're running, never lose sight of the basketball.
He'll sit down. Eddie Gill comes in. It seems almost every player who plays with Kidd in an all-star game, in a Team USA situation, they all come back kind of wishing he was their teammate. Jefferson, who went hunting for the foul, did not get the call.
Yeah, I like what Jefferson is doing right now. He's going right at Jackie Neese, and he has a right to, because he was definitely hit on that shot. That happened right in front of us.
Nearing the final 2 minutes of the first quarter, New Jersey leading by 4. And Vince Carter picks up the foul. Carter, an 8-time All-Star, averaging under 17 points per game, the lowest of his career. You go back to his rookie season, he was about 18.5, but if he stays healthy, you know the numbers are going to pick up with a guy like that feeding him the basketball night in and night out.
Well, when you're a Vince Carter, you know that you're going to get your 18 to 20 shots a night. Now it comes down to whether you are going to shoot a high percentage, and we know that throughout his career he's been outstanding. And then when the game is on the line, he will take the big shot for you. whether it's a one-on-one situation or whether off the dribble going to the basket.
Damian Wilkins, 1 of 2, getting big minutes this year for the Sonics and averaging better than 16 points per game. He's become an indispensable player for them.
Well, he's playing, and he's playing within the offense. He is not forcing anything or taking bad percentage shots.
Jefferson drives again around Green and lays it up and over Collison. Very aggressive Richard Jefferson in the early going.
Now we have 1 minute and 40 to go in this quarter, and we have not had a shot block, so I think there is an avenue to the rim here tonight.
Wilkins with a tough jumper, and now he's given the officials a look. A little bit off balance on that shot.
Yeah, he was off balance, plus he thought that there was body contact below the waist. And there's a number of different ways of upsetting a jump shooter, whether it's touching the elbow on the shot or whether it's getting him in the legs on the way up.
Gill, a 6th-year player out of Weber State, at the point right now for New Jersey. Sean Williams, right at Collison, and drops it in over top of him.
I like that. He's coming in playing with a lot of confidence.
Yeah.
We know that he's slight. All right, slight of build. He's an excellent shot blocker, but, at least he's going to the hole.
Zerbiak misses the 3. Not far, defended by Zerbiak. Here comes the screen for Gill. Nice 2-man game and a foul.
Whenever you play with a great passer, and by that we mean whether it's Steve Nash or whether you're going to look at the situation right here, Williams at Utah, and then the ultimate is Jason Kidd. When you say Jason Kidd, what happens is the rest of the players, it becomes contagious because he is so unselfish. He creates, gives you chemistry that you almost feel badly if you miss a free guy, because now the pressure is on and everyone's going to get in your face.
That's why it's been so frustrating for Kidd that the team hasn't scored very much. Sean Williams is a guy who should help. He is known first and foremost as a shot blocker, but has some offensive ability as well. Williams' first year out of Boston College, first-round pick. And from near Houston, idolized Akeem Olajuwon. He was dismissed from the Boston College program in the middle of his junior season, as we have a block at the other end. Williams had some trouble off the court in a couple of years at BC, but has a lot of ability.
Well, he's in the top 10 in shot blocking. He's also in the top 5 in field goal percentage and shooting over 60%. So they must find minutes for this guy, mainly because he's got talent, and Kristich is going to be out, so you need points, but also he gives you shot blocking and rebounding.
Log on and visit NBA.com, where you can now vote to send your favorite players to NBA All-Star 2008 in New Orleans. Don't delay, vote daily in one of 20 languages on NBA.com. Nenad Kristich still bothered. The after effects of the knee surgery, playing sparingly. A guy, as you mentioned, got him 16 points per game this year, and he's giving them virtually nothing this season, at least at this point.
Well, throughout last year, you think Kristich for 16 points and 7 rebounds, shooting 53%, takes the pressure off of any double teaming down on the baseline because he shoots so well at the baseline area.
Carter over Durant, and Collison the rebound. The shot clock turned off.
Now, if you have not seen Seattle this year, in this building, they are very dangerous. You can see you shoot and miss. They pass the ball. One pass, the ball is up in the other corner. So you've got to get back for 48 minutes here.
Delonte West, and it's blocked by Williams. And there's some of that shot blocking ability we talked about, the first one of the night, right?
That's right, and that was an outstanding block.
We're at the end of a quarter here at Key Arena in Seattle. The Nets on the road with an early lead by 6 over the talented but very young Seattle Supersonics. We'll be back with second quarter action right after this. The Seattle Supersonics care about the community. Chris Wilcox, the big power forward for the Sonics, recently distributed 540 turkeys for the number 54 on his Sonics jersey to families in need from various boys and girls clubs and community centers in the Seattle area. The NBA, where caring happens. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Hope you had a nice holiday. Today they had the day after Thanksgiving parade here in Seattle down 4th Avenue. Everybody was out clogging the streets and doing their shopping, and a very busy day here in this great city. Good numbers for Wilcox. He is on the bench right now. And Kurt Thomas has checked into the game for the first time. A guy who's going to be a very important front court player, Hubie, for Seattle this year.
Well, they need his toughness. He's an excellent defender. He can hit that 15 to 17-foot jump shot. A very tough guy. And he's going to get you the calls anytime that something is questionable.
Here's Durant down to the post, knocked away by Carter.
Now in the first quarter, Durant only had 2 shot attempts, and that's because of the quick double teaming of the Nets.
That is the 6th turnover committed already by the Sonics. The Nets have coughed it up only twice.
Well, you like the Nets offense, Dan. In the first quarter, they shoot 67%, only 2 turnovers, and that's maximum play for them.
Looking like a well-oiled machine, especially with Carter back for his second game off the ankle injury. As Allen, who had 6 early points, misses a jumper.
Whenever a new coaching staff takes over and you have the second youngest team, like in the case of Seattle, they just don't understand the offense. As week to week, they'll get better at what they do. Finding the best points for them, best areas of the floor where they can score and get high percentage shots.
A nice pass there by Jeff Green, one of the young players on this team. Leads to Thomas getting fouled and heading to the line. PJ must think like he's back in college. He's got such a young team here.
Well, you look at it here. The Lakers and Sonics both are at the 2 position. Then you have the Hawks and the Warriors. Now you look at this group of people, the only one that is a playoff team are the Lakers, but then right there in the 6th spot, Utah Jazz, a very, very young basketball team, and they're looking to win 50 to 55 games this year.
I don't know what you did to hex the free throw shooters here tonight, but the 2 teams have combined to miss 8 of their 16.
Well, this is a problem for Seattle. There's no doubt about that. Tonight, they're 3 for 9 from the floor. Now, if you look at during the season, they are a 78% free throw shooting team. The only thing that they really do extremely well, shooting the basketball.
Here's Carter again, another isolation. The fadeaway over Durant, and Carter is showing the youngster his whole bag of tricks tonight. Delonte West open, and he buries it through.
Yeah, he's either hot or he's cold. And we had him in opening night in Denver. He came off the bench, had an exceptional night, really played well.
And making a long 2, I'm sorry, Hubie, for West.
Yeah, you can see right now he's coming in. And once again, you're at home. See, young teams always play better at home than on the road. On the road, they don't get the calls. They're not accustomed to the buildings. You have a new style of play. There's so many negatives. But here they are at home. Just watch out now. I'm just hoping that they can really give us a good show.
Seattle just back from a 5-game road trip. The Nets in the midst of a 4-game Western swing. Nice patience there underneath by Thomas.
I like the pass. I love the pass from Wilcox. And then a heady player. Kurt Thomas, he's been in against a lot of shot blockers. He took his time, a little ball fake, and gets a nice layup.
Right now, no Kidd and no Jefferson on the floor for New Jersey. Nakbar trying to shake Green. Baseline jumper.
Big thing with Nakbar, get him off his spot, Dan. Just don't let him get that open 3-point shot.
Green the rebound. Jeff Green, if you haven't seen him, a multi-dimensional player. Can run the floor, can pass, can rebound. And that should be Seattle ball. It was tipped by Carter. Jeff Green, a guy at Georgetown, Hubie, they ran a modified Princeton offense, and everything went through him. He actually displayed his passing ability more at Georgetown than he's been able to show so far here in the NBA.
Well, what you like early is the athleticism, the speed that he goes up and down the floor, and he can rebound the ball. In the early going so far, he already has accumulated 5 rebounds.
So he made his first career start in Seattle's last game. Green from the corner. It's a line drive 3.
I think he's going to ask for you to do most of their games. So, yeah.
He played pretty well when I happened to do Georgetown. I'll tell you that much. Big East Player of the Year last year. That puts him in some pretty good company. Nakbar with the answer at the other end for the Nets.
You must pay attention to Nakbar. We know that he's not shooting great this year. He's at 33%, but that will eventually get up around the 40% mark. Now, game the other night, they win in Portland 106-101. He comes in with 5 threes.
Green tried to use the glass, but missed long. Gill spelling kid for a few minutes here for the Nets.
Yeah, Eddie Gill was a good pickup. He'll push the basketball.
Nakbar kicks it out of bounds. Time out of the floor here at Key Arena. We've got a good one going. The Nets up by 3 on the Sonics.
Mark Jones back in the studio with his Taco Bell Studio Up future. Dan Shulman, back to you.
Hi, Mark. Thank you. Well, 2 great young point guards and 2 guys, obviously, Hubie, who you know have admired and watched and borrowed as much as they can from Jason Kidd's game over the years.
Well, the game is in good hands because these people are unselfish. They're creators, they're unselfish, but they can score the ball. So you must pay attention to them every moment that they are in the dribbling situation.
So on the shoot-around before the game today, Bill Walton and Stephen A. having a discussion about if you could only pick one of them, Chris Paul or Darren Williams, who would you pick? And for the first time, I think I saw Stephen A. stymied. He said he can't choose between the two.
Well, it depends upon how you want to play.
Yeah.
You see, right now, Chris Paul has more freedom within the style of play that is implemented by New Orleans. But when you run a Jerry Sloan style of half-court offense, you have to really go back to the John Stockton days. Everything is a ball from the side, and then you must run it perfectly, and then from there, find out what you can do for the assist, and then also score the basketball. So he excels in that type of a discipline.
Wilcox gets them both, and the Sonics are back within 1. Eddie Gill still spelling Kidd, who's been out for several minutes now. New Jersey maintaining a lead. Jefferson in for Carter just prior to the last timeout. Nakbar left it a little bit short, and Green another rebound in traffic.
Yeah, you know, Kevin Durant might have ticked that. I'm not sure, but it was close.
Thomas. Nakbar comes down with it. Thomas, the elder statesman on the Seattle team. Shot was tipped a little bit, and now Wilcox comes down with the rebound, and the Sonics can go in front. Right now, Green to the post. Durant quietly way over on the weak side. The pass is knocked away, and back comes New Jersey. Nakbar right to the rim for the layup.
See, that's a smart move. You saw that Durant was back. You know that he's going to be soft defensively, and the key is he does not want to pick up a foul. Take it right at him and then change over, and that's exactly what he did. Change position of the basketball and then take it right to the front of the rim.
Is Durant's biggest job at the NBA level defense rather than offense?
No, you're supposed to play both. You know, you play within a team defense, and at the offensive end, you're supposed to play within, you know, and stay within the chemistry of what the team is running.
I mean, it's the biggest thing he needs to learn that he doesn't quite have yet.
Defensively, no doubt about it.
He's far ahead offensively than he is defensively.
Well, at Texas, he played up front defensively, and he never played guys. He's playing people at the 2 position right now, which one is the toughest scoring positions that we have in the league.
Gill knocks it down. You ultimately said a little bit earlier, I believe, that you think Durant will ultimately be a 3, not a 2 at the NBA?
I do. I honestly do. Because once his team gets better and better, you're not going to be able to give up points at that 2-guard position. So you move him up front because he's going to get stronger physically.
Leaves the 3 short. He is shooting only 28% from beyond the arc this season.
Well, he's not shooting well. You know, only 38% from the field and then 28% in threes.
1 for 4 points tonight.
It's a good test for him because the Nets are a playoff team. Come on, the Nets have been in the playoffs 6 years in a row and have won 3 division championships.
West loses it. Another Seattle turnover. Well, Kevin Durant got off to a very good start in his first 4 games, and whether they've caught on to him or they're double-teaming him more, the numbers have come down quite a bit in the last 8.
Well, they'll put the pressure on Seattle. They'll double-team him every time that he puts the ball down on the floor. They'll test him. They'll beat him up physically. They'll hit him off the basketball and put an onus on him to deliver.
on your TV screen right now, especially the likes of West Virginia, Missouri, Ohio State, all very excited about the LSU loss and the huge game in the Midwest, Kansas and Missouri. Nick Collison is ready to root on the Jayhawks. It'll be the biggest game in the 116-year, I think, history of the border war as Kansas and Missouri go at it tomorrow night, 8 Eastern, from Arrowhead Stadium on ABC.
If it just has half of the excitement of the fourth quarter today and the overtime, there will be a bonanza show in prime time.
Having been in Kansas City the last couple of days, reading the articles there, I mean, Kansas, Missouri, we think of basketball more than we think of football. This is easily the biggest meeting ever in the history of that rivalry. It is the Super Bowl of the Midwest right now. Another Sonics turnover.
Well, their major reason is because of the double team. There's 9 turnovers right now. The Nets are doing a great job. Now, once again, Jefferson is now going to the perimeter. He came into this game shooting an outstanding three-point percentage, and it's been, major in his burst to score 24 points a game. He's shooting the basketball at 43% from threes.
Got 11 points already tonight. He is 8th in the league in scoring. Damian Wilkins knocks down the jumper. He had a monster game last week in Atlanta in front of his dad, Gerald, in front of his uncle, Dominique. He torched the Hawks for a career-high 41 in a Sonics double overtime win.
That was family night. It was family night because Mom was there, the entire clan, and he put on some show.
That was the game you probably saw the Kevin Durant 3 that won it in double overtime, but it was Wilkins who did the heavy lifting most of the night. Jason Kidd with a bucket at the other end. Nice step in by Green, but way short on the jumper. Wilcox there to clean it up.
Now, New Jersey, the number 1 defensive rebounding team in this league. That is only the 3rd offensive rebound in this game for Seattle.
Josh Boone is into the game now for the Nets. Antoine Wright has returned. Those two along with the big 3. So a smaller lineup here as Jefferson draws the foul. You've really got 4 perimeter guys and Josh Boone in the game for New Jersey.
But Green is probably looking at this. He was told that Jefferson is shooting extremely well behind the three-point arc, and also that he is taking. He takes 2 to 3 a game now. He's extending his range on his shot. That opens up his drive. Now, earlier in the first quarter, we saw him going to the basket on almost every catch. Now what he's doing, he's stretching you out. Key, do not leave your feet to go to block the shot. Leave your feet to apply pressure, but do not try to block the shot.
Right now, the Sonics have not had much of an answer for either Jefferson or Carter. The Toyota halftime report is coming up. The Lakers-Celtics rivalry is renewed. Dwayne Wade is heating up. Miami got its first home win tonight. And also, as you saw, LSU goes down to defeat against Arkansas. The lead here thanks to Richard Jefferson's 13. It's their largest lead of the night. Wilcox, way short.
The double teaming off the dribble, confusing Seattle throughout this entire first half.
Jefferson another 3, not this time. Earl Watson back into the game at the point, a guy that you had for a couple of years in Memphis.
Earl played extremely well for us and helped us get 50 wins in our second year there, and was a terrific performer when the pressure was on in the game, especially in the last 6 minutes defensively for us at the point guard.
That's a tough break for Green. He just threw up what turned into an air ball, and he jumped up and touched it again. He touched his own air ball, so it winds up being a travel.
Yeah, just keep an eye on it. The refs have been all over everything. I mean, the refs have been consistent tonight, so you have to adjust your game.
Double team on Carter, and he throws it away. Numbers. 4 on 2.
Yeah, I like that.
And Watson will go to the line.
Now, you like it. Wilkins is not accustomed to being in the middle of the fast break. He knew his limitations. And that's why I'm telling you, he's playing within his talent level. You see, he's looking right now for the trailer. Here comes the trailer right there. Give it to Earl Watson, the guy now who has a lane to get to the basket.
Let me have you get your coach's clipboard out again. You've got Earl Watson, you've got Delonte West, and you've got currently an injured Luke Ridnour. How does this three-headed monster at the point sort itself out for the Sonics?
Well, the key is going to come down is the best defender is going to start. And then which of the 3 point guards can run the second unit? Because the second unit is critical, mainly because you have an awful lot of talent here, about the same level. So when you have your second unit on the floor, your point guard must be a guy who can run exactly what you want in the fast break game and then in your half-court offense.
Something that P.J. Carlissimo is still trying to sort out. Ridnour broke his nose preseason, now has a torn quad muscle. So as of now, it's just Watson and Delonte West, who really has more two-guard skills, but the size of a point guard.
Now, you're absolutely right.
Jefferson over Green. Tipped back out by Boone.
In this quarter, we have seen quite a few players at both ends of the floor forcing the jump shot.
Boone on a feed from Jason Kidd.
Now, this guy's got talent, Dan. He can come in and help you out. The other night in Portland, he gave him a quick 8 points.
Wilkins got a good look at the bucket there, didn't he?
Well, I thought this was 1945 and 47 with the dribble weave, right? And Seattle has been doing it with Watson in the game. The dribble weave is going to the left and to the right, and something good is happening.
Everything old is new again. Jason Kidd with a strong driving layup. He's asking for help defensively now. Couldn't catch up to Watson. And Boone the rebound over Wilcox.
Watson knows that he can beat Kidd off the dribble. And he can, if he gets past him, something good should happen for this team. Now you have to make open shots.
Nakbar driving. Under 2 minutes to go in the half. Harder.
Nice.
Great ball movement. And it will be Seattle ball with Richard Jefferson again, pleading for a foul.
Yeah, but he got himself in a bad position. That was excellent ball movement. The Nets continued to make the extra pass, but Richard got himself in a position where he could not play the backboard.
ESPN's presentation of NBA Friday, brought to you by Grey Goose, world's best tasting vodka, and Mitsubishi Motors, driven to thrill.
Daytime shot, beautiful Mount Rainier in the background, Safeco Field, Quest Field here in one of the most outstanding cities in America. A crisp, clear day today here in the Pacific Northwest. New Jersey up 8 on Seattle. Richard Jefferson, as well as he's played on the court, has also had time to have some fun for a good cause off the court. Have a look.
Versus NBA Mother Special.
More seconds, please.
Meet this Liccato. Susan.
All time.
On off the court, Wilt Chamberlain.
Wilt Chamberlain. Let's Wilt. He's up there. Okay. All right, Dave.
All right, well, over the question, see, we were basketball related. The players beat the moms, which I understand they did. Some star-studded talent with Richard Jefferson, the likes of David Lee and Chris Bosh, Patino Mobley, and others on the Family Feud NBA Players team, raising some money for charity. An 8-point lead for the Nets. 1:43 to go in the first half here with Key Arena. And yet another turnover.
Yeah, never pass the ball to a postman when he's trying to get his position.
Well, somebody missed an assignment, and Jefferson finds Boone for the easy slam.
Well, you cannot play an offensive player who's in the corner when the guy in the box is playing by himself. I think, it's common sense to move in and pick up the man.
Well, we had a chance to talk to P.J. Carlissimo earlier today. Turnovers have been a big problem, and defense has been a huge problem. The Sonics gave up 125 points to Memphis in their last game, and they're near the bottom in many defensive statistics. And a carry, the call on Earl Watson. So we've seen the defensive problems and the turnover problems already here tonight.
Well, with the Nets and then Seattle, you have both teams average over 18 turnovers a game. Now, New Jersey, they only has 6 up until this time. I'm sorry, 7 with Jason Kidd picking up the 1 there. But already we have 12 for Seattle. Now, they're playing at a very fast pace. There's no doubt about it. But just slow down and get high percentage shots.
The exuberance of youth, at least in part?
Well, also because there's less structure in their game if they do not have an open 3-on-2, 4-on-3 situation.
A couple of offensive rebounds, and finally the Nets cash in, and they've got their biggest lead of the game.
Right now, Nakbar is putting pressure on Durant at the defensive end of the floor.
Durant just 4 points, and he's been beaten defensively on a number of occasions. A long jumper for Earl Watson. A 2-second difference between the game clock and the shot clock, and Lawrence Frank wants a timeout. We will step aside. It's been a rough night so far for Durant and the Sonics. And welcome back to Seattle. Dan Schulman and Hubie Brown with you. The visiting Nets with a 10-point lead on Seattle. The Nets are 5-7 on the season. Seattle is just 2-10.
If you're in New Jersey, you must beat a sub-500 team on the road because you're a playoff team. They need this win to salvage this road trip. Now, I know they end up with one more game with the Lakers. This is a big game for the Nets.
Coming off a win in Portland a couple of nights ago. Shot clock violation.
Shot clock violation and an excellent rotation by Watson, leaving his man at the top of the circle to get a piece of that ball.
And Seattle will have 2.6 seconds with which to try to get a decent-looking shot on.
Well, you cannot allow a long pass up the floor. That's the key.
Collison, Watson, Wilkins, Durant, and Wilcox. They get the long pass. Durant with a decent look. But he finishes up the half with just 4 points. 1 for 5 from the field. The Toyota halftime show is coming up momentarily. A look at the Lakers-Celtic game. Dwayne Wade heating up for Miami, and the LSU Tigers go down to defeat. Here at Key Arena in Seattle at the half. It's New Jersey 52 and Seattle 42. Mark Jones and friends will be in the studio with the Toyota halftime show right after these messages.